Stand up, stand out, stand strong. A 30-day guide to navigate life when the shift hits the fan. Chapter 21, Day 21. Saying no is saying yes. When we say yes when we actually want to say no, it is more of a disservice to everyone, including ourselves. I will say that again in another way. If you want to say yes when you are meant to say no, you are stealing the opportunity from a person who is actually meant to say yes, and you are denying yourself the opportunity to say yes to something else that is meant for you. How many times have you said yes to someone when you really didn't want to? Many people say yes to avoid disappointing others. They say yes because they are afraid to let others down. If you have a hard time saying no, or feel super uneasy when you do, I guarantee you have a bad case of people-pleasing. Stop people-pleasing. It is not helpful because it stems from a place of guilt, fear, and or obligation. Many people have such a hard time saying no that they believe it is just easier to say yes. That may feel true in the moment perhaps, but in the end, they tend to overcommit themselves, which leads to burnout, resentment, and regret. Saying no is not always easy, especially in the beginning, but it is necessary if you want to do what is right by everyone. It starts with being willing to practice saying no when you mean no. Saying no is the best gift you can give yourself and others. Saying no allows you to say yes to what you are meant to say yes to. It frees your time and energy for the things you are truly meant to focus on. Also, when you say no, it creates space for others who are meant to say yes. I used to have such a hard time saying no. I was extremely uncomfortable with no. I am a recovering people pleaser. I have gathered some tools and a new perspective that has helped me shift my experience of saying no from feeling bad to feeling empowered. Here are some tips that may help you say no more comfortably. Just say no without any excuse, story, or reason. When we justify and explain ourselves, we are not standing solid in our decision to say no. We are waffling and people-pleasing, trying to explain why we can't. It also opens up space for the other person to talk us out of saying no and persuade us with a creative solution so that we can say yes. For example, if I say, "I'm sorry, I can't help out, I need to pick up my daughter at that time," it gives the other person the invitation to help you find a solution. They might say, "You can ask your husband to pick her up, or I could pick her up instead. That way you can be there." If you just say, "Nope, that doesn't work for me," or "No, I am not available," that will close the door on any potential negotiations. If they try to persuade you in any way, just repeat the same words. "No, that doesn't work for me." You will feel tempted to say more. Don't do it. Trust me, after a few times of saying it, you will feel more empowered and there will be less guilt. If it's not an absolute yes, it's a no. I get asked to do a lot of different things, and some stuff sounds like it would be really fun to do, but I only say yes to the absolute heart yeses. That preserves my time and energy for what I'm really meant to be doing. Saying yes can come from one of two places, our heart or our head. Often when we are saying yes from our head, we are either people-pleasing and guilty and obligated, or we are basing the decision on some other fear, consciously or subconsciously. When we feel a heart yes, it is coming from a place of love. When we let our heart lead, saying yes is an act of love for self and others. We are following that inner knowing that is operating on behalf of everyone. When our head is in alignment with our heart, it makes the choice much easier. A heart yes is a feeling of expansion, light, or peace within. A heart no is a feeling of tension, heaviness, or discord within. When we say no because our heart says no, we are making a choice that is for everyone's highest good, even if that means disappointing someone. It is not always comfortable, but there are powerful lessons in it for everyone when we learn to listen to our heart and say no when we are meant to say no, and say yes when we are meant to say yes. Buy yourself some time. You don't need to say no right on the spot. If you're tempted to say yes and feel pressured to give an answer right away, buy yourself some time. Let them know you will check your calendar and get back to them, or that you will call them back in 5 minutes or the next day. Buying yourself some time gives you an opportunity to check in and make sure it is a clear no. It will also give you time to stand solid in your heart's true answer. Saying no is a yes in disguise. When we say no to something, we are saying yes to something else. Saying no is actually honoring and creating space for our heart's yeses. Saying no is a gift for everyone, including yourself. The next time you say no, ask yourself, by saying no right now, what am I actually saying yes to? This turns your attention away from the energy of no and potential guilt and brings awareness toward the yes energy so you can expand in excitement and anticipation. Practice hindsight and expect miracles. In the beginning, it may help if we practice hindsight and pay attention to how things play out when we do say no. Perhaps there was someone else who stepped up to the plate and said yes, or the person asking you to do something found another creative solution. Perhaps the project shifted directions altogether and something new and more expansive was born out of it. Be curious and be open to the miracles that come after you say no. They will reinforce your faith in following your heart. Here is just one of the many examples of the gift that came when I followed my heart to say no. I was asked to speak at an event scheduled in May 2015. After tuning into my heart, I received a no. I didn't understand why, because the event sounded really awesome, but I have learned to trust and follow my heart's guidance, so I said no. It turns out that year in May, I took my first humanitarian trip to Africa. On the day of the event, I wasn't speaking on stage in a beautiful venue. I was walking through the sewage-filled streets of one of the largest slums in Kenya, empowering the women and children. It was one of the most powerful, eye-opening experiences of my life. The trip also fulfilled my lifelong vision and a deep heart calling to travel to Africa to be of service and provide support. I was able to touch the hearts of many women and feel the children's joy despite how little they had. My heart was forever changed, and my Heart-Led Living Foundation was born. We don't always know at the time why we are guided to say no, but as we learn to walk with blind faith, we can trust we are saying yes to potential miracles. The next time you are faced with a decision and you feel like saying no, just do it. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that is only because it is unfamiliar. It will get easier as you practice, especially if you pay attention to the miracles that come when you trust and follow. Your heart yeses are gifts for everyone, including yourself. You will come to honor and cherish the no's, because you know in your heart they are truly gifts in disguise and leading you to the miracles that your mind can't even begin to imagine.